I found out a way to trick my brain into doing whatever I wanted to do. I'm going to show you in these next 8 to 10 minutes how to actually get your goals done by sharing with you my personal mistakes from 2024. And I'm personally going to share these with you in order to make you a better person, achieve your goals faster and quicker, and how these three things can actually change your life. The reason I'm making these videos is because of this book right here. It's called Meditations, and it's by a guy named Marcus Aurelius. He was a Roman emperor thousands of years ago, and he had his teachings and is so powerful because he was the only philosopher that was actually an emperor. I want to do the same as an entrepreneur and give it to you so you can learn and I can practice my own beliefs. Okay. And these are the techniques that I'm currently using, not selling. I don't want to sell you anything. And I'm giving it to you for free because I would love to hear what you guys think, because I'm learning myself by teaching you guys this. Okay. Now that we got that out the way, I want to really go through some of the biggest issues that I've dealt with personally and why nobody wants to talk about them, and why I hate all these courses and these gurus selling these pyramid schemes are telling you. I've got nothing to sell you, okay? I'm just documenting what I want, all right? So the first thing is the power of living in the now. Now, I've talked about this a lot, but what people really do not understand is that there's two sides, all right? There's most people are either anxious about the anxiety, right? About the future, which is definitely me. I'm like that. Or some people stumble into the past, think about the good old days, sometimes thinking about friends, high school, stuff like that, and wishing they were in that time again. What I've realized is I've missed out on some of the opportunities that I wish I went to, saying yes to some things instead of saying no, just being happy and staying positive in where you are in your current moment has been life-changing. It really has, because it's helped with stress, anxiety of beginning a startup, and there's just so much going on, right? So the best way that I can ground myself is two ways. The first way is meditation, okay? Some of the most successful people that I've studied use meditation. Now, the people I'm referring to are such the greats like Michael Jordan, okay? Also, Kobe Bryant did. A lot of famous entrepreneurs, I'm sure. Steve Jobs, I know, was heavily in that spiritual type of way. And he too used meditation to his advantage. Even though he was such a forward thinker, grounding yourself is so important, because when everything's going around, people are trying to sell you every single day. YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, it's distracting, and it distracts you away from your goals. And that's why I love doing it almost every single night. I basically just use this app. It's called Insight Timer. I'm not sponsored, by the way. It's called Insight Timer. It's free. Like, you don't even need to buy a premium subscription. And I use it every night. I put it to like 5 to around 10 minutes of sleep. Listen to that. I do the breathing exercises, and it helps me so much. I even love doing it during the day when I look at my computer a bit too much and it just kind of doesn't help at all. The reason I'm saying this is that these little things really help. When I'm at work, a lot of people just like, oh, I'm so glad, can't wait till my shift's over, and you feel so good, and you just constantly think about the future. It's really backwards. You should never think about that. You should just be enjoying the now. You should be focusing on your work, whatever you're doing, and when you look at the clock, oh wow, it's actually time to leave, and it's past your shift. And that's all because you're not constantly looking at the time. You're not constantly worrying. Don't worry so much, because if you worry about the now, you're in control. You're always in control in the now. No one can take that away from you. That is a massive thing I've learned, right? I had way too much anxiety. I was way too scared, and I just wasn't getting work done in the day. It was just a distraction. That's all it really was. And the second part of that, which was honestly just a strand of basically the same thing, was getting out of analysis paralysis. I know it's a funny term, but basically what this means is we tend to research a lot of things. What business model to go in, what market, what niche is better. This is the business side of stuff. For people that don't really do many business stuff, it could be buying a product, looking what reviews there are. And you get so stuck in this phase of actually thinking to buy something that you never actually buy anything because it takes you so long. I mean, that's happened to me plenty of times. And the one thing I could say, and the difference between successful people and non-successful people, is that it's like a crash course. Hit into as many things as you can so you know what not to hit into, right? The easiest way to learn is honestly just by doing. And it's taken me this long to figure that out. I've spent thousands of dollars of courses. I cannot tell you that I've spent probably over $10,000, easily over 10,000. And I was blindly spending money on ad spend of about $8,000 of money, my own savings, that I didn't know what I was doing. And I was learning these courses and I was doing what they told me to. But even still, it was very vague. And I've learned the very hard way. And I know that I'll never be spending that money ever again without actually knowing how to run those ads. And it's just been such a huge lesson. And I do a lot of programming or low no code programming and to medium code type of stuff. These projects take a lot of time. And the one thing I say is that I spent a lot of time in my bedroom and I never actually saw my customers in person. As a business owner, your only job is to sell. Your job is to go out there in the world, create attention, and show people your product. Elon Musk, honestly, is the biggest misconception that anyone's ever seen because people think of him as this billionaire genius. But you know what he actually is? He's one of the greatest salespeople in the world. And he is the person that's actually emphasized a personal brand. People don't follow Tesla and what they do next. They follow Elon Musk. When you think of Tesla, you think of Elon Musk. When you think of Amazon, you think of Jeff Bezos, right? Apple used to think of Steve Jobs. And the same thing applies. All these people are selling. They're selling. You should sell a product before actually making it. And I wish I knew that so much sooner. And that doesn't even have to be programming. This can be e-commerce. This can be an idea. You don't even have to build an e-commerce Shopify store. Start going on social media and posting, right? I wish I knew that sooner. I wish I could tell my younger self, like Dante, please just start doing this. Stop staying in your bedroom and start posting. If you are not creating, you're not doing anything, right? You can be in your bedroom all day, but it won't make a difference. You have to be building something. You have to be sharing value somehow, giving value, training a service, training a product. That's how you can actually be productive. And I've learned this from so many people, and yet it just didn't click with me. But once I actually learned it for myself, I finally learned that mistake. Lastly, and most importantly, is a little psychology trick that I've learned myself. And it's this. Every single day, we unconsciously say things like, oh, I don't even want to say it because I can't do it. But we say things like this, right? I'll just type it down. If you look at all these statements, can you see what's wrong? You're labeling yourself. We unconsciously say this to people every single day. New people we meet, our friends, our family. And it's almost a self-fulfilling. This is a thing called a label. In psychology, it's very powerful. If you give a messy person a label saying, hey, I know that you're messy sometimes, but I know that you can be clean. I don't care what other people say. I know you can be clean. And what they do is they have to live up to that expectation. The same thing happens when we say this to other people. Say, I'm not that good at math, right? If you're saying that, you will never be good at math because you just told yourself you're not good at math, and your actions and your beliefs won't make you do any more math because you just cut yourself like that. You've cut yourself short, right? And if you say, oh, I'm not really great at saving money, then your belief will go into your actions, and your actions will lead to the result. And the result will be that you're not good at saving money. So what you need to do is get all these beliefs that you currently have at the moment, okay? I want you to write them down on a piece of paper or a Google Doc right now, right? Pause the video right now. And I want you to write down every single limiting belief that you have about yourself that relates to your goal. An example is, I never really like exercise. Just for an example, you would say, I love exercising every single day. That's my favorite part of the day, and I look forward to it. Next thing, I am capable of saving $1,000 per month. Right? You can make an actionable like that. And you basically just want to reverse these. Whatever it is, do the complete opposite. And what I want you to do is, once you write that down on a piece of paper, you're simply going to have it right next to your bed when you wake up and when you go to bed, and you're going to read them every single night. And I mean, you're not just going to read them, you're going to believe them. It's like a statement. You're going to say, I am great at saving money. I love to exercise almost every single day. And you know what the funny thing is? It actually works. And it's somehow just ingrained into your brain, and you can reprogram your brain like this. People talk about this, but I don't really see people actually doing it. I use it every single night. It's called Affirmations, and it is very useful. So just recapping, this is what nobody talks about in the 3 hard lessons I learned. Power of living in the now. You have to live in the present every single day, or time will fly by and you honestly forget about it. Okay? How do you do this? Simple. By meditation. Secondly, how do you actually get stuff done and get to your goals quicker? Get out of the analysis paralysis, start taking action, and fail hard and fail fast. Remember, it's like a crash course. You want to bump into everything at the moment. You're not going to be going in a straight line. It's going to be taking you some time, but you'll get there faster if you don't start. Starting is the hardest part, but once you get on there, you'll never want to stop. And lastly is tricking your brain into doing what you want. All right. Thanks so much. I'm going to go to bed now. Hopefully you enjoy this video. Please comment if any of this helps, if you've used any of these before, or if you've heard of them. And tell me what your goal is